Hello and welcome to ThisDeveloperCodes. In this episode we're going to be enhancing our existing Redis cache implementation by using Newtonsoft JSON serializers to create a manageable interface to our Redis service and be pulling and retrieving, storing information in an easy way that we can maintain on our website. The information we're going to be storing is the YouTube data API's return values for a list of videos for this channel. Currently that's displayed in a control, and instead of using up our API limits and retrieval limits, we're going to retrieve based on a frequency we set within Redis for how often we'd like to store these keys, and then while doing that programmatically we'll be able to retrieve it on a per expiration time value. So what we're going to do start is first add an overload to add that has a more simple string key and value. X autocomplete. I feel like Siri sometimes. Wow. That was fun. So from here we can see we've just given a simple overload to our byte arrays options, and now when we go to use this, and I'm going to go to my YouTube API to do so, you can see we have a get channel video list and a get channel video list async. So while these do the same code, and what I really should do is take this execute async and the execute and move this into a build YouTube request. We'll call this var search this request equals build YouTube request. We'll implement that. And give it our configuration, context, and then search resource.list request. From here, I'm going to build the same thing so we can eliminate some duplication of code. Bad. Okay, so now instead of actually requesting these, we can say that we first want to get them from Redis. So let's actually first check Redis to see if they exist. So we'll go redis cache.instance oh, that's bizarre. Redis cache.instance.retrieve, and we'll have a new key. We'll call this key const string channel video list key is equal to channel. It has to be, we'll keep it a constant, so we don't need this. Channel video list key. Okay. Somehow that ended up as a member variable last time, I guess. Okay, stored value. So we're going to say if it's not null or empty, return, and we're going to say Newtonsoft.json.serialization actually, can we go right to the JSON convert, deserialize object, and it is going to be a list of search results. And for consistency, we'll do this, and we'll be deserializing it based on a stored value. And stored value is an object, so we'll be enhancing our retrieve. Actually, the easiest way to do this is to let it come back as a string. Change our implementation interface to reflect that. Leave that. And so otherwise we will be returning it here, but instead of returning the items, we are instead going to cache them first. We're going to use our same key, and we're going to take our So now we'll do the same thing in a copy value manner. And also cache them. So if I start my site, I do have multiple targets for my debugging. So I see that it has pulled down 3 videos, and if I open Redis, I find that in YouTube, and by the way, I use the delimiter here to separate. So what you can do is within Redis, you can go into settings and change your namespace separator to be whatever it is that you like. So I used the default, which is colon. Which is why we got this nicely into its own container. You can see that it's stored in nicely in JSON, that's easily readable, as well as with our key, which is manageable, which we can also delete. And if we refresh the page, remove our breakpoint, return to Redis, and it's still there. And the key here is if we put a breakpoint in our API, you will actually see that as I refresh the page, we're not hitting those breakpoints because we are returning the stored value. So here, to recap, we've taken Redis, we've enhanced it to utilize simple strings combined with Newtonsoft's powerful JSON serializer to provide a very easy to use interface for managing our Redis key value store. Thanks.